Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, Brad, we're going to talk about osteoporosis exercises for the spine, for spine strength and posture. Very important to stop compression fractures, this type of exercise.
Right.
And we're going to show you how a compression fracture occurs. And a lot of people are going to be surprised by this, I think, Brad.
Yeah.
We see a lot of them.
Right. Yeah, and it's, you have to deal with it. And you have to, once the compression fracture occurs, you want to deal with it appropriately. But if you can stop it from occurring,
And you often can.
Sure.
Just using some simple, techniques in life, I guess you might call them. So, by the way, if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, please go over to the Facebook and like us, because Brad and I, this is really a sad story, but as children, nobody liked us, not even our pets. You said your dog did, but I don't think he did.
I think he did.
Oh, anyway, so we're trying to get people to like us now as adults. All right, Brad, let's get started. The first thing, compression fracture. What causes most compression fractures, here's the spine. And this spine is now oriented just like Brad. It's facing this way.
Right.
Yep. And normally you have a little bit of a curve in, curve out, curve in. What am I doing here, Brad? Curve out, curve in, curve out. A little S.
Right. The spine is not straight like a 2x4. It has a natural curve, and it's supposed to.
What puts stress on the bones of the spine is when you're in this rounded out position here, that slumped position. Especially if you add weight. So if you lift things like this, if you pick stuff up like this, you're putting a lot of stress on the spine, and this is what can happen if you have osteoporosis or weakened bones, osteopenia. So here's 3 vertebrae. These are the bones we took right out of the back. And pretend.
This is a model.
Right. We put tape on 2 of the vertebrae so that you can see what happens here. So when you bend forward, and if you have a healthy vertebrae, they're just going to rock like this, and they got the discs in between, and it's going to be fine. But if it's not healthy, and you put some extra stress on it through lifting, you can actually squish down the bone, and that's what a compression fracture is. It actually, the front part of the vertebrae collapses and squishes down.
Right. So you got the bone. It kind of crumbles, but it typically stays together. If you look at the exercise, there's a lot of little cracks. It's like it's
like an accordion almost,
yeah,
I guess.
And a lot of fracture lines occur.
Yeah.
And they're very painful.
Yeah, they're very painful, and I think sometimes now they'll put cement in there as a correction. I've had a couple people where they've done that. It seemed to help somewhat.
Right. It's just obviously they're not mixing concrete, but
no.
That's a special procedure so that it goes in the bone itself and helps support it.
So number one thing is you're going to want to avoid that rounded out position. I mean, you just want to keep your back as straight as possible, and these exercises are going to help you do that because it's going to stretch out and strengthen the back. So let's go with just some of the easy ones, Brad. One of the easy ones to do is when you wake up in the morning, and because your shoulders and chest, if they're tight, they're going to pull you around like this. And so one thing you want to do when you wake up in the morning is just go ahead and stretch out like this. Just bring your arms way overhead and let it stretch out. This is a great one to just start in the morning.
Right. And if you got a headboard on your vest, you just kind of scoot your body down. Bring your elbows up.
That's true, Brad. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere if I had a headboard here.
There might be a wall there.
Now you can also take your hands and put them behind your neck like this, and then you're going to stretch the chest like this. Yep. Right out like this. Now you can also do it like this, stretch it way out like this, but this works a good way to stretch it this way. So then you're going to flip over onto your stomach, Brad. You're going to take the 2 pillows. Where's the other pillow, Brad?
Where is the other pillow?
Oh, here it is.
We'll just use that one.
So you're going to put 2 pillows, one on each, on top of each other. And I hope you're going to be able to hear me yet because I got my microphone on here. So in this position here, and you can use a roll towel here too if you want.
I'll get one for you, Bob.
All right. I'm glad he's doing something today.
Yeah, well, I do what I can.
All right. So in this position now, we're going to start strengthening the back.
Right.
And this is pretty low level, Brad. You can start with just one arm. Lifting one arm for a good, repetition of.
Right. So he's working all these back muscles in here that are going to help pull that shoulder back and to get this position to come back to this position, and without even thinking about it, you just need to tighten them up.
So I'm going, and you can hold it for 5 seconds if you want, or just, go up and down if you want, flat. But, and if that gets to be too easy, then you can go ahead and try both arms
Right.
at the same time.
This is one of those that doesn't look hard
It is
on a
hard.
video, but
Yeah.
it's pretty aggressive actually.
Yep.
For you people, if you're older or you're unable to lay on your stomach like this because of breathing issues or whatever, we got some other options.
Yeah, well, I'll show you some other options. But, if you are able to do it, it's a simple one you can do without having any equipment. So that's why I always find it desirable.
Sure.
You can also do this, Brad, because we're going to strengthen that low back too. You can start by just doing one leg.
Right.
And then you can also do the other leg, of course. And then if you really want to get advanced, you can do one arm, opposite arm and opposite leg.
There you go.
Opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg.
There you go. Good.
So
It really works that back, and it starts to get this posture, promoted.
do you want to, let's use that chair, Brad, and we'll just go ahead and show you some exercises you can do in the chair. All right, again, we're trying to avoid this rounded out posture, Brad. So a good exercise to do it with this is to also stretch the chest. So you can put your hands behind your head, like your neck like
There
this,
you
and
go.
stretch that chest back.
Yep.
Stretch that chest.
The height of the chair back here can make a big difference on this working well or being comfortable. If it's too high, like comes up in this area, it's not going to work so good. It needs to be right around mid-back.
It's nice if it goes below the shoulder blades, to be
Right.
honest with you.
Yeah, and it's
So-
nice to be cushioned. It's just a lot more comfortable.
We're going to show you an option, though, for that, though, Brad.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also do what we call the hallelujah stretch.
Oh,
You
there you go.
you can do this one in church and,
See how that?
hallelujah, minister or priest. Or I agree with what you're saying. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
So,
You're not scoring any points, Bob.
all right. And then, if the chair's at the wrong height, if you want to go ahead and just buy an inexpensive ball like this, you can get them at any of the big box stores.
Right.
And this one, it needs to be a little bit soft. It
Right.
doesn't have to be this soft. But
if it is that soft, it's okay.
yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to put that behind your back. And now this will work in any chair.
Sure.
Because you can move it up or down depending on where you like to work the back. And now you can do that stretch over the
There you
back
go.
ball.
Yep.
This works really well for osteoporosis and for a good stretch.
Yep.
And again, a very inexpensive solution to getting that daily stretch. And keep the ball in the chair, and then every time you sit down, you do a few of these. You do
Sure.
these throughout the day, and it's going to make a big
Right.
difference.
Yeah, a
So-
6 or 8 inch ball. A basketball is not going to work.
Right.
A soccer ball, unless you let the air out, may or may not
Maybe a
work.
little
But it's
hard.
usually a kickball, something a little squishy.
The final thing you can do, Brad, in the chair is some shoulder squeezes. So all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades
There
together. I
you
usually
go.
like put my arms at right angles like this, and I just go back like this.
Right. So if you look at
Squeeze
it from
together.
from the side, it looks like this.
Yeah,
Do you want to do the old hitchhiker edition?
sure. You can do this and then go up like that even.
All right.
Just
And
add a
that-
little twist to
Yep,
it.
that gets a rotator cuff, just a little extra benefit. It's a bonus.
Yeah, we're always giving out free things here, aren't we?
Yeah,
Brad?
well, you got to give
By
out
the
a
way,
little
on
more.
Facebook, we're always giving out free things. That's
Right.
why you want to go to and like us. We're giving
Right.
out away some Thermotex.
I like the way you did that pointing.
Yeah.
Bob.
Right here. Okay, next one, Brad. Let's talk about a couple standing ones you could do. One is, you got me, Lonnie? Picture a doorway right here.
Sure.
Am I getting all unkempt?
Yeah, Bob, you're
So-
primp yourself.
Yeah.
Turn around and primp yourself.
All right, you can lean into the doorway and stretch your chest out, and it also stretches the back a little bit. Brad's going to show it in the corner.
Back off, back off.
Napoleon, get out of the way.
There.
So he's stretching into the corner there, and that, the same you could do into a doorway.
And you can go different heights. This, if your hands are lower or even like this, depending on how healthy your shoulders are, because some people have shoulders that this will be very uncomfortable. But so you can go down here, and as you get more stretched out, and if it's comfortable, you just want to have a stretch, no sharp pains in the shoulders. For me, this is comfortable height right here. Wow. Oh, this feels good, Bob. Go on, Bob. I'm going to stretch
next
for a while.
yeah, take the camera off of him. The next one, again, if you're flexed like this, a good one is just to go ahead and do some stretching like this. It works out well with the stretch out strap or with a yoga strap, or you can just use a rolled towel, and you can just go ahead and put it around you like this, and you can stretch back like this too.
Yep. And the nice thing about this is you can vary the level, and sometimes you'll find one area that feels much better, and it's like, oh boy, you just know it's the right place to go because it makes you feel good. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
All right, I'm glad you gave that little sound there, Brad. All right, next one, we're going to go ahead, and this is just a kind of, I came up with this one, Brad. Again, just some stretches you can do when you're standing.
This ought to be good.
Yeah, this ought to be good. You're actually going to stretch up to the side and back, just kind of like we were doing down there.
Right.
So
no, I think that's good,
it's
Bob.
good stretch. Just don't fall over.
Right, and watch out who you're by,
Yeah.
When you got a 6-foot wingspan like Bob, he's got to watch out.
That's right. So very simple. You
Yeah.
can do like 10, 15 of those if you like. And then we were going to talk about with the ball, Brad.
Oh, the big ball.
Yeah, with the ball. Just a couple exercises you can do with a stability ball. In case you have one, or if you're thinking about getting a ball, we have a lot of exercises you can do on the ball. One that I like for is you can actually, if you're laying down flat on your back, it's just to go ahead and do some bridging, Brad. It
Right.
just helps work that core strength of the back.
Right.
So
Look at you getting that distance between his buttocks and the you're gonna do this on the floor. Don't go get down on a carpeted floor.
yeah, nice and safe. But the one I really like with the ball, Brad, is the one that we were doing where, we talked about if some people can't lay on their stomach. A lot of people still can do this one.
Sure.
Even if they can't lay on their stomach, they can roll a little bit forward to get the pressure off their chest.
Right.
And now you can do that one arm, one leg.
And this also takes a lot of stress off that low back if
Yeah.
you have any back issues. And it strengthens it as well. This is another good example of the beauty of the ball.
The ball, yes.
Yep, the ball has wonderful therapeutic things. You can play ball with it. If you got kids, they can kick it around outside. It's got many options.
Want to show squats against the wall?
Yeah,
So
the
final
ball
one-
on the wall.
Yep. Again, this is a great way. This is really a good exercise. This is a one
better
that I
get
would recommend for almost everybody because you're strengthening legs. You're getting some strength to the back and the core too, but it's just a real easy way to do it.
Right.
So
feet about shoulder width out. You get them out in front of you, so you're leaning up here. And again, shoulders are going to be back because that's what we're working for with this whole video anyways. And then with that good posture, you'll squat down and go into that isometric chair position and back up.
what's nice about it, you can start off with real shallow squats. If this is too hard for you, just do, just barely go up and down, but it's still going to help, and it's still very good for you.
We should do one little reminder, Bob, of just show them how the big mistake that if you have knee issues, this will make them worse. So you want to, if your feet are here, your knee should not go past this plumb line, we call it, like this.
See, look how it's going past.
Right, so that's why you need to slide your feet forward and then...
Make sure you have good grip shoes on, or you're on, because we don't want you to go sliding
Yeah,
forward, and then you get a compression fracture. So,
yeah, we want to make sure we stay safe.
all right. Remember, Brad, there's something we can do.
Yeah,
We can fix just about anything.
except for that.
Broken heart.
Yeah, but here we go. I'm still working on it, Bob. I got something going in the garage right now.
All right. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks.